The truth is that I was a little bit absent-minded those days. Very absent-minded, actually. That song didn't stop playing inside my head, on, and I couldn't help close my eyes and imagine my hand disappear into his messy and wavy and brilliant and soft hair. I couldn't help it. Well, I suppose I could help it, but maybe I didn't want to. He was walking down the street, me too, obviously. I was walking down the street, he was beside the building. No, he walked to the building opposite to me. In short, in some point in time and in space we looked at each other, and he smiled, and the song started to play in my head. It may be not a big deal, but he smiled like knowing me, and he didn't. I didn't know anyone in the yellow world who could smile. In fact, I didn't know anyone in the yellow world. What I really wanted to mean is that I had never seen a yellow world smiling. Sure, they could. Read, probably not, but smile is fixed as standard. And even it's hard to believe, this silly thing changed our destiny. Suños, Ursulas, Claras, Priscilas, and mine. And the entire human races, but it had served them right. The men in love and the little girl with sad eyes turned out to be the man and the kid of a former member of the yellow government, one that had fallen from favor. Who knows which one, because it was a very little government for such longing for ruling it. Intrigues and conspiracies made the government offices rotate more than the fourth chair of a gossip TV show. Lose the chair meant lose the life. Literally, it isn't an exaggeration. The person who sat down couldn't take the risk of their return, just because they sure would be back. They had such an unusually longing for power. This woman in particular had a giant, enormous, immense full temper. We didn't know it then. We knew in time. Late, of course. By the facts we could reconstruct, I sent the daughter and the men 2 months before they gave the boot to the woman. Time enough to change the situation. I didn't mean to help them to save a member of the yellow government, but I did. If they were as they should, the men in love and the homesick daughter will take the beloved mother governing woman and run away as far as they could to some place lost in nowhere, where it was impossible to find them and live happily ever after. But no, they didn't put up with that. When the father and the daughter of the future, the ones I sent to the past, arrived, they created a dissonance. They were a time with 2 men and 2 daughters for 1 woman. The ones from the future, the crybabies, got her beloved on her own before she met the ones from the past. They told her all about her removal from the office and their trip to the past, and they 3 together decided that the woman would pretend to be dead. Then ran away and set a clandestine organization to oust those who wanted to take her away from her chair and raise the power. The father and the daughter from the past would go through hell, but it didn't matter. In the future, they could be much better. It could be worse. It would have double space and time continuum and created 2 parallel realities. The universe wouldn't be on the mood for such things, or maybe it was, who knows. The woman called her forces. She told them about her family's trip to the past. They didn't believe her. They had longing for power, but they thought she was a little bit paranoid and going over the top. Of course, the swine showed them all about her family, and so they could see it was possible. They could see it was true. They had no choice but believe her. Neither it would be such a thing if the conspiracy were like that. But the longing for power was so many that they couldn't even take a little resistance as ours. So little that even weren't interested in power. It could be kind enough to ask for work for her. We wouldn't, of course, but it would be nice. They opted to remove us. They weren't bad. This was the way they resolved their business. I can release? They didn't get it.